There were so many amazing fashion moments that I cannot continue living this earth before I share it with you guys. I'm sure you watched it, which is why you clicked on this video. So yeah, let's talk about it. I'm not really a massive fan of like best dressed and worst dressed, you know. It's quite arbitrary and it's just not really helpful. So I've made up my own tier list. Let's talk about the ones that I like best. Of course, it's my personal opinion, and we'll call it "Give That Dress an Oscar." We'll have a middle tier, which is things that it's a bit lackluster, a bit underwhelming, forgettable. We'll call that lukewarm. And the bottom tier is basically garments that I felt did not work at all. What should we call it? So, bin it, trash it? No, let's be sustainable and say recycle it. Yeah, obviously, I can't cover every single garment that was worn. I'm just going to pick out a few that I thought are quite interesting to talk about. And before we get started, my name is Tammy and welcome back to my channel. Let's start off strong with Denai Guerrera's look. She wore a gown, all black gown, stunning floor length gown designed by Jason Wu. And you know what? Sometimes black is boring, but in this case, it's absolutely not. And there were certain details that I just really loved that was added in. So that kind of really blunt neckline at the top, and it looks harsh, but it kind of adds strength to the look, the fullness of the skirt, and the way it falls on her body. And let's just take a moment as well to discuss her hair. And you know what I really like about Denai is she's very proud of her blackness, of her Africanness. She's Zimbabwean American, and she doesn't shy away from that. Very much like what Lupita does in championing her hair. And I'll just read an excerpt of what she said about her hair in an interview. This is my African self coming out here. You know, a tribute to the women who carry amazing things in their heads with an astonishing poise at all times. And I just think that's so beautiful. Her hairstylist is a amazingly talented man called Larry Sims, and he's worked with people all over the industry, and he's styled Gabrielle Union, Kerry Washington, Janet Jackson. So he definitely knew what he was doing with this look, and it really delivered. This goes in my top tier. That dress needs its own Oscar. Thames, Temilade, she was really killing everybody with this look. What she wore, 10 out of 10. 10 over 10. The design was made by a brand called Lever Couture. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. In their previous runway shows, I've seen it in blue and yellow. But I'm really happy that she went with white. It looks really ethereal. It looks very light, very heavenly. Like I get cloudly imagery, and there's a softness to it. And it's quite impressive for a garment like that, which is heavily structured, to still look light and effortless. Give that dress its own Oscar. Yellow always comes out beautifully. And as someone who sews, I love a contrast lining. Like I live for that. And the fact that she chose pink is really, really stunning. Congrats to her because she won the Oscar for Best Costume for her designs in Black Panther Wakanda Forever. So she's someone that I look up to. Her designs are amazing, and the costuming in Black Panther was out of this world. Whilst I didn't like the actual movie so much, I at least enjoyed what the actors wore. So I'm gonna put it in the lukewarm category, but it almost feels so harsh saying that because it's still a beautiful gown and she looks so good in it. Rihanna needs no introduction. She can wear anything. Her confidence alone basically carries every look. This is on the safer side for her. It's not the most revolutionary thing that I've seen her in, but does she look sensational? Yes. And of course, she always has to show her belly, and we love to see it. She's wearing a brand called Aaliyah, and I think everything works. I like the slit details on the side. It almost looks like she's been scratched, like, very kind of kinky vibes. What tier would I give it? I can't never put Rihanna in a lukewarm tier. Everyone is gonna come after me. So we're gonna give the outfit an Oscars, but for me, it's not one of the absolute top looks that night that I saw. Now we're coming to Malala's look. Malala's. Let's try this again. Now we're coming to Malala's look. She is in Ralph Lauren. A lot of people, from what I've seen online, didn't like it. They didn't like the sequined fabric, but I disagree. I really like it. I like the way it fits her body, and it's in line with how she dresses. She dresses modestly. She covers up, and for me, sometimes you see a lot of skin, you see a lot of butts, a lot of boobs, a lot of legs, and while we're all here for it, it is refreshing as well to see people that live by kind of different design or style principles, and to see a garment that still is striking, still is bold, still is feminine, but something that covers up a bit more. I like the hood and how it's connected to the dress. I like the ruching here, and it's not too much fabric as well. So it's overall, for me, it looks very balanced, very classy. The competition is tough. So I can't put her in, give this dress an Oscar, because I think it's kind of elevating it to the point that's kind of too high. So I'm gonna have to say it's lukewarm. This dress technically isn't an Oscar look. It's what Jodie Turner-Smith wore to the Vanity Fair after party, but it was just too succulent. Not to mention, she is in Gucci, and I think this dress is sensational. I need to find other words to use. She looks like a kingpin. Very powerful, strong, striking. I love the use of the colors. Red and black is commonly used together, but the way the print works and the checkerboard is very uncommon. It's quite unique. I like the deep V at the front. I like the length and the fit, and the fact that you can just see little sheer aspects of the skirt part of the dress, which shows her legs. Um, Definitely give this dress its own Oscar. Fan Bing Bing has been taking the internet by storm with this dress. Everybody has been talking about it. Everybody and their mum knows about this dress. It is actually top tier. I'll start with give this dress its own Oscar. She is, if you don't know, a Chinese actress. She is massive in China and internationally. This is a garment designed by Tony Ward. This, ah, the, when you don't have words, and you're just looking at something and just admiring the beauty of it. And I like garments that they just communicate what they need to communicate, and there's almost nothing else to it. But I need to kind of break down and reason why I like it. For me, what really works with it is how striking everything is. With her black hair, the green cape, and the silver dress, it's so many elements that creates perfection. It's a perfect storm, and she's even got a clutch that people don't like on the red carpet, but it works. And I like the fact that it's the same color as her gown, so it's not too obvious and it's not distracting from her main dress. It's such a memorable outfit. Here is Cara Delevingne in Elisab. I'm so happy for her, and I'm kind of so happy for what this look represents for her. It's kind of a rebirth. She's been in rehab and struggled a lot with addiction, and It's just nice seeing her recovery journey. And I like the fact that she went with silver necklace and bracelet instead of gold. Silver comes up a lot better on, you know, against the red. It's quite a nice contrast. I like the fullness of the gown, but and you can see it's a lot of meters with, you know, with this dress, but she's not drowning in it. She is wearing the dress, not the other way around. She's giving us leg. She's giving us really beautiful leg. I like where the slit stops. You know, I think celebs are always tempted to make it higher and higher and higher, but where it stops is perfect. Yeah, nothing else I can say apart from give this dress its own Oscar. Zoe Saldana in a very disappointing look from Fendi. This is definitely lackluster. I think that's obvious from the dress. I do not need to say that. It has essence of lingerie in it, but it's just kind of so flat, and the details, it almost even looks matronly and very dated, the type of lace it has. The color, again, it's not giving me anything. It's very dull, it's very washed out, especially against her amazing skin tone. It's not doing her any favors. There's nothing special about the cut. It's pretty much a straight dress with a little sash on the side. I think we should recycle it. I can imagine Nigel from Next in Fashion really reworking this into an amazing garment. This dress that Lady Gaga is wearing is one of the ones that I was a bit confused about. I've seen very mixed reviews of it online. Personally, with this specific picture, she does look a bit uncomfortable wearing it. She doesn't look the most confident. She's not quite, it looks like she's not quite sure how to pose in the dress. This is a Versace dress. We literally saw it on Gigi Hadid not so long ago, modeling it. So it is hot off the runway. It's I would have liked her to wear something more daring. She's a fashion girly. She loves to push boundaries when it comes to that, and I think this gown is, it's a very classy gown. You know, the back does plunge, and it's quite sexy and daring in that way. But for Lady Gaga, it's safe, which is why I'm gonna have to put it in the lukewarm tier. I'm quite conflicted about this Valentina outfit that Florence Pugh is wearing. I am always a massive fan of fullness and things that are big and dramatic. The more fabric, the better. There is something about it though that actually looks a little bit more casual, and for the Oscars I think she should have worn something more elevated underneath this it's essentially a top, a very long top that she has on. It's shorts underneath, and that, I think that reveal kind of de-elevates the dress a little bit, so it's not, it makes it not as striking. The color is a bit off as well. If maybe she had this gown and it was a striking blue or a striking red or literally any other color, this is kind of like a stone color, and it's not as striking as I would have liked it to be. I like the necklace, the way she styled her hair is really top notch, but we can go a bit further. So this can go in the lukewarm tier. Well, that is it for today. That is all the looks that I wanted to talk about. Thanks for going through them with me. I'm sure you guys either agree or disagree with my opinions, and I would love to hear about it in the comments below. If you enjoy seeing this type of content on my channel, I talk about sewing, fashion, I do tutorials. So, you know, subscribe, join the channel. It is growing every day. Thank you for the subscribers that I have so far. And my next video is going to be about Next in Fashion. I've done a review already from episode 1 of all the designers' looks, but this one is going to be like a general talking about the show and what I think about it. So yeah, stay tuned for the next one. Bye guys.